shop, ask for us by name. Roots to Remedies for all your CBDs.
It's your heads up. It's your backup. It's your forward-thinking, never blinking, always at the ready step up. The Hyundai Sonata. It's your journey. Own it.
Lease a 2022 Hyundai Sonata for $219 a month with new inventory arriving daily. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
When it comes to covering local news,
stories that matter,
things that affect you, there's no better place to turn than right here on Fox 22.
We make the most of your time, keeping it local and giving you the facts.
Especially when they are breaking, because there is nothing more important to all of us than getting it right.
Local news weeknights at 10 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on Fox 22.
Tonight on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, a woman is seriously injured after being struck by a dump truck in Bangor.
Plus, authorities continue their search for a Holden man who went missing about a month ago.
And astronomers prepare for a rare full lunar eclipse that can be seen from our area this weekend. The 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 starts right now.
Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, a Winterville plantation man is dead following a single vehicle accident on Route 11 in Aroostook County.
According to state police, around 4 o'clock Friday morning, a passerby reported a pickup rollover crash on Route 11 and T9R5. They say a man identified as Ray Parks was driving a 2008 Chevy Silverado when he lost control of the vehicle and drove down into an embankment. They say the vehicle then rolled onto its roof and onto the roadway of Route 11. Ray was ejected from the vehicle and died on impact.
An accident closed down part of the interstate and caused some traffic issues earlier this morning. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says a tractor-trailer truck traveling north crossed the median and ended up in the southbound lane around 6 a.m. No one was injured. According to Moss, the crash had the interstate southbound blocked for about 3 hours. Traffic had to be rerouted down Hammond Street, which caused some long delays before the accident scene was cleared and the interstate was eventually reopened.
And police are investigating what led to a dump truck hitting a pedestrian in Bangor this afternoon. Sergeant Wade Betters with the Bangor Police Department says it happened on Main Street in front of the Cross Insurance Center just before 1:45 this afternoon. Betters says the woman hit by the dump truck suffered serious injuries and was taken to a local hospital for emergency treatment. Police have not yet determined what caused the accident. Traffic on Main Street was reduced down to one lane in both directions, and a small section of Buck Street was closed while investigators reconstructed the crash.
The Attorney General's office is warning about scammers claiming to be with the Maine IRS that are targeting residents and trying to steal private information. A spokesperson says they're asking for Social Security numbers, maiden names, and other sensitive information in order to process the $850 relief checks authorized by the governor and the legislature last month. Eligibility for those relief checks are based on the 2021 Maine individual income tax return. The checks will be mailed through the Postal Service to the address provided on your 2021 Maine income tax return, and then will be directed to any forwarding address filed with the Postal Service. The first round of checks are set to be mailed in June. Attorney General Aaron Fry says, quote, Maine Revenue Services already has all the information it needs to issue these relief checks, so no one needs to share any information to collect their check, end quote.
In other news tonight, a kindergartner dragged by a school bus in Buxton after his backpack gets caught in the door. The child's mother watched in horror as it happened yesterday afternoon as the bus dragged her son down the road. The little boy is now home recovering, and Brad Rogers spoke with the child's parents who want to know how this could happen.
My son tried to get off, and he immediately started to drive off.
Every afternoon, Athena Levine waits on Dunnell Road in Buxton for the school bus carrying her 6-year-old son and 6-year-old niece. Yesterday, she saw her niece get off the bus, but police say her son's backpack strap got stuck as the bus doors closed.
And then the bus immediately started to drive away. I saw my son's feet underneath the bus being dragged, and I heard him scream, and I ran after the school bus. And I was screaming for him to stop. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I just wanted him to stop. I didn't think he was going to stop. I thought he was just going to keep driving. It felt like forever. It was terrifying.
She ran all the way down the hill chasing the bus. You could see her son's legs.
The school says the driver saw the mom and stopped, but according to police, not before the bus dragged the child from Rachel's Way about 575 feet to Pinder Road, where that white car is now.
We got out about 11:30 last night.
Out of the hospital?
Out of the hospital, yes.
Does he have a lot of scrapes?
A lot of scrapes on his one side.
His parents told us he was wearing shorts and these sneakers.
He's got road rash down the side of his left leg. He's been a real trooper throughout the whole thing. He was really scared. He doesn't want to ride the school bus anymore.
Loading and unloading is the most critical time of a bus driver's job. You have to be 100% focused during this time. Obviously, mistakes happened.
According to the transportation director, when children are being dropped off in the afternoon and have to cross the street, they're supposed to walk to this point in front of the bus, look to the bus driver, and wait to be waved across.
We do have a very strict crossing procedure in our district. They cross halfway over, and then they cross the rest of the way at the driver's direction.
But that didn't happen in this case.
Unfortunately, no.
He did not allow enough time for the children to get off the school bus, walk out where they're supposed to be, and then cross the road.
The district says the 63-year-old bus driver is relatively new. He's been placed on administrative leave.
I don't understand how this happened. I'm just so glad he's okay.
For now, the accident remains under investigation by the Buxton Police Department and the school district.
That was Brad Rogers reporting. Meanwhile, a Bangor mother who was accused of giving Narcan to revive her 2-year-old made her first court appearance on Friday. 28-year-old Jessica Shepard was arrested by the Bangor Police Department Wednesday for allegedly leaving fentanyl out in her home. According to details revealed in court, that led to her 2-year-old daughter consuming the drugs and experiencing an overdose. Shepard was taken to the Penobscot County Jail and has been charged with domestic violence, reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, and endangering the welfare of a child. Assistant District Attorney Catherine Davis says the fentanyl is considered the dangerous weapon in this case.
The defendant admitted that there had previously been about 1 gram of fentanyl powder in that area, and that most of it was gone after the child consumed it. The child was shaking, pale, had dilated eyes, then went unconscious. And but for the Narcan that was used, this incident could have resulted in the death of that 2-year-old baby.
The husband said at $500 cash, she can only have contact with her daughter if the Department of Health and Human Services authorizes a visit. She's due back in court on August 12th.
Multiple departments responded to a fire on a property in Exeter this afternoon. Corinna Fire Chief Alan Emerson says 2 steel railroad cars caught on fire, which then spread to other parts of the property. He says the Corinna Fire Department arrived on scene about 2 p.m. He says 1 firefighter on scene went to the hospital with a broken ankle.
2 outbuildings and a garage that have caught on fire, along with I'm not sure how much acres of woods, but there's also brush fire out back now that we're working on.
The Forestry Service, Levant, Dexter, and Corinth fire departments all provided mutual aid on scene. The State Fire Marshal's office is investigating that fire.
Maine Forest Rangers are assisting Milo and Brownville firefighters working to contain a set of wildfires along the rail line in Lakeview. Ranger Sam Hefner reported via Facebook the fire has been mapped at 34 acres and is now 50% contained. He says no structures are threatened and there have been no firefighter injuries reported. He says crews will continue working into the night in order to achieve 100% containment. The cause of that fire remains under investigation by Maine Forest Rangers. Certainly fire danger is something that we've been keeping in mind as we've been experiencing warmer, drier conditions out there.
Yep.
Really enjoying those conditions, but of course, just got to keep safety in the front of mind.
And we just heard from the Maine Forest Service this week about, not pulling your car over onto the side of the road where there's dry, dead grass. Obviously, not burning anything. There's no burn permits being issued.
Making sure that any fires you do set are completely out.
Not throwing your cigarette out the window when you're done with it. All things to keep in mind as we experience these delightful warm temperatures, but they do create some complications. And with a little bit more on conditions coming our way in the next few hours, we'll hit pause here and take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. We made it. It's Friday night. Your first weather is brought to you by Goose River Farm Meat Store. And all right, so today, temperature-wise, look at this, right? 89 Millinocket, 75 here in Bangor, but 50s down east and coastal areas. That'll be the same case tomorrow with that south breeze kicking in. Actually, a little stronger across our area tomorrow. Lots of sunshine out there today. Some clear skies out there now. There is stuff to the west of us over here across the Midwest and plains that is beginning to move our direction. So once it gets here, and not only tomorrow, but Sunday into Monday, we have that rain chances back in the forecast. Your forecast tonight, though, is mostly clear skies, partly cloudy skies, and kind of muggy low temperatures down near 60. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Believe that overnight?
It is incredible
Wowzers.
to see
60s
low temperatures
for the
in
overnight.
the 60s. Man, it wasn't too long ago that 60 degrees for a high was looking pretty good.
It was looking pretty sweet.
Yeah, we'll take that. Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. How the city of Bangor is planning to buy one of the last privately owned pieces of land along the waterfront.
And the Pittsfield community is preparing for their annual International Food Festival this weekend. Yum. We'll have those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years. The University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds. Because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
It's Chevy Sport Utility Spring. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing or get a $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
Something exciting is happening at Otelco. We've been talking about our investment in fiber internet a lot lately. $33 million invested, 455 miles of fiber to 43,000 Maine homes. Now we have even more good news. We're joining together with GoNet Speed and taking our mission to expand fiber to a whole new level. It's the fastest possible internet, and this is just the beginning. Visit otelco.com/good news to learn more.
The Breakers clash with the Generals. Touchdown. And the Maulers battle the Gamblers. All the way to the house. The USFL, Saturday and Sunday on Fox.
Massive thunderstorm is moving through our area.
Looking for an escape? All you have to do is ask. What can the island do for you?
The family of missing Holden man Randy Carver has asked community members to join them while honoring him during these difficult times. Our AJ Douglas spoke to Holden police to learn more about that case.
Back in April, Randy Carver's family says he was diagnosed with dementia, and days later he was reported missing to the Holden Police Department. He was last seen at the Circle K on Route 1. Police are saying due to the extended time period that Randy has been missing, there could be cause for concerns.
We've had many missing people over the couple of decades I've been here. This is a little unusual to have somebody not turn up somewhere roughly a month later.
Chief Greenlee says 3 different police agencies are assisting in the ongoing search. There have been drone searches, local hospitals have been checked, and surveillance from the store Randy would frequent has been viewed, but police are still asking, where is Randy?
Well, we certainly do feel hopeful. We are very much hoping that he appears somewhere and he's okay for his own sake and, of course, that of his family. With that said, it is unusual. He appears to have left pretty hurriedly, and we've searched all over.
Police are asking for any tips to help in the investigation of this case.
Anything at all that would be helpful if they've seen someone that looks like him. If you've seen the picture, he's pretty distinctive with the face piercings. That's probably going to stand out for people. So if they have any idea that they've seen someone like him or they think it's him, the Holden Police Department certainly wants to know.
The Carver family encourages everyone in the community to be on the lookout and call the authorities if they see anyone matching Randy Carver's description. In Holden, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
And as the search for Randy Carver continues, Randy's family did hold a vigil Friday night to make sure people in the surrounding areas know his face and his story. Family members, community leaders, and a mental health provider attended the vigil in hopes to shed light on the harsh realities for those suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. Randy's family fears that if he encountered someone unaware of his condition, they may not know that he's in need of medical care. Randy's daughter, Miranda Carver, says as more time goes by, her worries only grow.
It's been frustrating, but also being scared at the same time, all you can think of is what if he's stuck in the woods waiting for someone to come find him and help him,
Randy's family says they cannot stress enough that their biggest hope is for someone to see him and call 911.
In other news tonight, the University of Maine at Augusta Faculty Senate has declared a no-confidence vote for UMaine Chancellor Daniel Malloy and wants a new search for the next UMA president, rejecting the candidate recently selected. According to UMA Faculty Senate resolutions sent to Chancellor Malloy Thursday, the Senate declared a vote of no confidence in Malloy and declared the recently completed search for a new UMA president as failed. The decision comes after it was discovered that newly selected President Michael LaLiberty, who was set to take the helm in August, had been the subject of a no-confidence vote himself back in October of 2021 while serving as president of State University of New York College of Technology at Delhi. According to his own statements, Malloy was aware that LaLiberty had previously been the subject of a no-confidence vote, and he acknowledged that he should have informed the search committee that hired LaLiberty for the UMA presidency. In a statement on Thursday, Malloy issued an apology, saying in part, quote, "I am sorry that my actions and decisions have led the UMA faculty to this vote of no confidence. I understand how serious a concern this is for the university and the system, and I will work with everyone at UMA to restore confidence in me," end quote.
Well, in a new development this evening, Chancellor Malloy released a statement providing more detail about the no-confidence vote by USM faculty. The statement detailed 10 specific allegations against Malloy and system leadership that led to that no-confidence vote. Among them, the Senate argues philanthropic donations had been used to dictate program curricula, such as a new engineering college, without proper faculty oversight and in clear violation of shared governance. They also argue UMS created 2 new vice chancellor positions unilaterally and appointed personnel without a search, and whereas the chancellor made permanent the interim vice chancellor for academic affairs with no search or faculty input by rewriting the VCAA job description. They also argue UMS is spending $13.5 million to lease a luxury building in downtown Portland rather than building the graduate and professional center on the Portland campus of USM. And also, they say in a recent survey of USM faculty entitled Great Universities to Work For, just 34% said they were confident in system leadership. The Senate overwhelmingly favored the no confidence vote 25-3.
Well, hundreds of students from middle school are rallying for civil rights in Portland. They gathered outside Lincoln Middle School this morning, and parents say it's in response to students using inappropriate slurs in the classroom. These protesters say some teachers have let those slurs slip by. Megan Wilgoose reports.
I want to see teachers taking responsibility of what's happening in classes. I want teachers addressing what's happening in classes, and we need change.
7th grader Nico Luisos Daniels says he was bullied in the classroom after coming out as a transgender.
Since then, I have had negative interactions with other students, and then teachers failing to recognize me in those situations and actually backing up those students.
Students rallied for LGBTQ and black rights, holding signs such as "White Silence is Violence" and "Stop Islamophobia."
It's not often that we see middle schoolers protesting at such a young age. How do you feel seeing this?
Proud. I think it's really great. I mean, this is the next generation of people who are going to make a change in this world, and I think it's really important that we stand by them.
Daniels says the bullying this past year has been turmoil for his son. He hopes this rally will bring more change inside the classroom, not only for Nico, but for every student.
When it relates to racism and transphobia, I think it's something that teachers really need to be weary of, and making concerted efforts to be squashing it early, and we haven't seen that in the school.
We asked interim principal Robin Bailey for an in-person interview, and she declined. She added that faculty would not be available for an interview either.
Well, Portland superintendent responded to the protest today, writing in part, quote, "The Portland Public Schools is always working to improve the ways in which students can elevate their experiences and perspectives both at district and school levels," end quote. Today's protests remind us that in spite of our work to date, we still fall short in consistently creating a welcoming, safe, and responsive experience for all of our students. Lyman Moore Middle School in Portland held a similar civil rights rally today. In an email, Principal Ben Donaldson writes in part, quote, "At Moore, we support and want to hear student voices to make our school better and better."
The city of Bangor is planning to buy one of the last privately owned pieces of land along the waterfront. This comes as the city is finishing its construction on the Davis Brook sewer overflow storage tank near the property. The piece of land is located at Dutton Street. Bangor City Engineer John Terrio says property owner Stan McMillan has offered to sell the property to the city for $275,000. In February of 2020, the city of Bangor began construction on the large 3.8 million gallon Davis Brook tank, which is 120 feet wide, 250 feet long, and 28 feet underground. The tank will serve to collect overflow rainwater that the city's treatment plant collection system just can't handle. During construction, a lot of the area where the tank was being put in also had to be redone.
As you can see, we've got the sidewalks are in, the trails are in, it's all loam and seeded. So, give it another month of good weather here, and hopefully this will all be green.
And that section of the waterfront has been closed off since construction began, but it's expected to reopen sometime in June.
Well, the Professional Logging Contractors of Maine held their 27th annual meeting at the Harborside Hotel in Bar Harbor today. Keynote speaker Governor Janet Mills was in attendance for the event, during which awards were presented in recognition for contributions to Maine's logging industry. PLC's Executive Director Dana Duran explained that the logging industry is at risk, especially in rural areas, which has been worsened by the recent depleted markets, inflation, and fuel prices.
We'd like to see more companies of people who are from Maine want to invest in Maine and stay in Maine and grow businesses in Maine, because we know they're going to be here the longest.
PLC reported that logging contributed an estimated $619 million to the state economy back in 2017. And coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, there are new images of the steel plant in Mariupol, Ukraine, under siege by Russian forces as a captured combatant faces serious charges in a Ukrainian court.
And the U.S. faces a baby formula shortage as many mothers have a hard time finding it. We'll have more after the break.
For the best boat deals this year, see your favorite brands on the waterfront in Belfast for Hamlin Marine's saltwater boat sale. At Hamlin's Marine, we are powered by Yamaha Outboards, and we have more than 20 boat packages on display from Carolina Skiff, Hurricane, Janelle, Scout, Sea Chaser, and Weldcraft, including dinghies on display from Achilles and Puffin. Pre-register today for a chance to win $1,000 worth of Helly Hansen apparel. Go to our website for details.
And come see us at the Belfast Saltwater Boat Sale in our new showroom on the Belfast waterfront.
When Northeast Collectibles wants to know the local forecast, they log on to VoxBangor.com. A toy, comic, and gaming store located in the Movie Rocket complex. The store has easy access to connect with other geeks or get you hard-to-find collectibles. Brooks Tire and Auto Repair, Route 7 in Dexter, is open for full-service auto repair. They sell tires for less, and nobody beats their prices. Brooks Tire and Auto Repair, Dexter.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
Get 0% financing on GMC Canyon models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance. We are professional grade. GMC.
It's Fox Mondays to the rescue.
Riding the ropes, Cap? Did I stutter? All right, let's go.
It's the epic 911 season finale.
What was that?
The cliff is coming down and it's taking the ladder with it, Cap. Unhook now!
911. Then, the 911 Lone Star season finale.
We're going in.
Death, it's a hazard of this job.
We're not guaranteed a thing.
Please don't die.
The end is gonna happen no matter what we do.
The 911 and 911 Lone Star season finales, Monday on Fox.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Ukraine has started its first war crime trial against a Russian soldier. This as new images of the besieged steel plant in Mariupol are released. Fox's Trey Yingst has more from Kyiv.
21-year-old Vadym Shasimare is walked into court. He's the first Russian soldier to face war crime charges in Ukraine.
He surrendered on his own. All other issues are related to material and criminal proceedings.
The soldier's attorney spoke on his behalf, but did not address the charges he faces for killing an unarmed 62-year-old civilian days after the war began. Ukraine's prosecutor general says she's investigating more than 10,000 alleged war crimes by Russian troops, many of whom left evidence behind. In another step to highlight Russian aggression, officials in Kyiv are displaying over 2,000 abandoned and destroyed pieces of equipment at the Museum of the Great Patriotic War. From Russian boots to missiles to IDs, the museum's director says this is evidence for the world to see that Russia is committing atrocities against the Ukrainian people.
We strive to bring information about this war, suffering and destruction brought to our nation, and I wanted to say that we are succeeding in this mission.
The suffering and destruction isn't limited to the capital of Kyiv. Ukraine's southern port city of Mariupol remains under Russian occupation, with a small group of Ukrainian fighters still holed up in a steel plant. New satellite images show the facility continuing to take fire nearly 80 days into the war. Other satellite images show destroyed Russian landing craft and structures on the strategic Black Sea position of Snake Island. Last week, the Ukrainians confirmed they targeted the Russians on the island with a drone. Today, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin spoke with his Russian counterpart for the first time since the war began. Austin called for an immediate ceasefire in Ukraine. In Kyiv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Meanwhile, Elon Musk's deal to take over Twitter is now in flux. The Tesla Motors CEO says he's putting the move on pause. Fox's Kelly O'Grady has more.
Elon Musk says he remains committed to acquiring Twitter, but he wants more information. The Tesla billionaire temporarily put his $44 billion deal on hold Friday, tweeting that he wanted to examine the number of spam accounts on the site. In a quarterly filing, Twitter estimated the accounts represent less than 5% of users, but admitted that may be too low, writing, quote, "We applied significant judgment, so our estimation of false or spam accounts may not accurately represent the actual number of such accounts."
Bots can be very, very intelligent, and whether you're able to properly assess that, I'm not sure how they do that.
Twitter accepted Musk's offer to purchase the social media company for $54.20 a share, but the deal hasn't been officially completed. Musk has been seeking additional investors to finance the bid. Some analysts wonder if Musk's announcement is an attempt to renegotiate a lower price.
We've seen Twitter trading at a significant discount to his $54.20 bid, and now with it trading sub 40, maybe he walks in and wants to renegotiate the price of the deal against the lousy equity markets.
Musk's tweet comes after he made some plans for Twitter's future, including possibly restoring former President Donald Trump's account. But he admitted earlier this week it's not a done deal.
So this is not like a thing that will definitely happen, because what if I don't own Twitter?
Musk will likely have to pay Twitter a $1 billion termination fee if he does not go through with the acquisition. In Los Angeles, Kelly O'Grady, Fox Business.
Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, officials share some of the science behind this coming weekend's lunar eclipse.
And in sports, hear from Maine hockey alum Ben Guite after his first season at the helm of the Maine Mariners. That story and more after the break.
How fun is this? Oh my goodness! Absolute madness!
Major League Baseball returns May 28th on Fox.
When buying a used vehicle, the last thing you want is to end up here in a few months. At Down East Toyota, we get that. When you buy a Toyota certified used vehicle, you get peace of mind knowing that your vehicle has gone through a rigorous inspection. You also get comprehensive and powertrain warranties, a Carfax history report, and 7 years of roadside assistance. Plus, qualified buyers get low new car financing rates. As much as we'd like to keep these folks busy, we'd rather not see you back here right away. All roads lead to Down East for Toyota certified used vehicles on Wilson Street in Brewer.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
Take your waterfront experience to the next level with a Shoremaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through Shoremaster's many options and accessories and match you with the right equipment for your waterfront. And with Shoremaster, it's easy to make future changes or additions. Shoremaster docks are easy to install, but Hammond can arrange for professional installation if needed. And statewide delivery is available. Enjoy life on the water to the fullest with Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do rhino linings. We can rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
I've never felt quite so useless. So what do? Join the front lines. Get your game on.
Did you miss a heart-pounding moment of The Resident?
Hang on! The mask broke. She's scared.
You can watch anytime.
Tell Rayleigh I love her.
You will tell her yourself. And let us fight for you.
All hell breaks loose. You find out what people are made of.
The Resident, Tuesdays on Fox or anytime on demand or Fox Now.
Welcome back, everybody. The Pittsfield community will get a taste of flavors from around the globe as Maine Central Institute international students are preparing for the annual International Food Festival this weekend. Our Sierra Jordan has the delicious story.
For more than 15 years, international students at the Maine Central Institute had the opportunity to showcase traditional dishes from their home countries.
I'm going to give a little bit of my country to America.
MCI's International Food Festival celebrates the culture and diversity of its students from 32 different countries.
The kids have actually done, I think, almost all the food finding, because these are foreign foods, foreign herbs, and this is their show. The adults help out where we can, but it's really a kid performance.
From Italy to Turkey to South Korea, more than 20 cuisines will be prepared from scratch by international students.
I will be cooking pasta alla carbonara, which is a typical Italian dish, which is pasta made with eggs, pecorino cheese, and bacon.
The mostly thing that a Portuguese would eat or would have in their cuisine would say bacalhau.
Yeji Choi moved from South Korea to America at the age of 16. Choi says every summer when she visits her family in South Korea, her mother teaches her different dishes so she can cook them herself when she returns to Maine. As the only Korean participating in the festival, Choi says she's excited to prepare Korean beef barbecue for the community.
People think about Korean food, they think about really spicy or very garlic. But once they taste bulgogi, the Korean barbecue, they really surprised because it's sweet and not spicy and tasty.
The highly anticipated event is open to the public and will be held in Parks Gymnasium on Sunday, May 15th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. In Pittsfield, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, there's an exciting and rare event to look forward to this weekend. Our Dylan Holloway spoke to local officials as well as a NASA scientist about what you can expect to experience Sunday night.
Space. Some have called it the final frontier. For many of us, space remains one of life's greatest mysteries.
This Sunday night, folks will be able to look up to the skies and experience a rare total lunar eclipse.
The eclipse will start at 10:27. That's when the partial phases are going to begin. Totality will begin around 11:29 and go until a little bit after midnight. And then the eclipse will finish up around 1:55 in the morning.
Sean Lotch says a lunar eclipse is an hours-long event of the moon going through the Earth's shadow. He says the sun, the moon, and the Earth will have a special alignment during this time. According to Lotch, in order to get a total lunar eclipse, the moon passes through the darkest part of the Earth's shadow, known as the umbra. Dr. Noah Petro says the moon will take on an unusual color.
The moon turns that bright, or that beautiful red coppery color, for the same reason that we get red sunrises and sunsets. So effectively what you're seeing when the moon turns that color during a total lunar eclipse is a projection of every sunrise and sunset on the Earth onto the lunar surface.
Dr. Petro says that although we get roughly 2 lunar eclipses a year, they aren't always visible by everyone based on where they live. He says Mainers should take advantage of their chance to see it this weekend.
So eclipses are relatively common in terms of astronomical events, but to be able to have a kind of a front row seat for one is an opportunity you shouldn't pass up.
Kirsten Hibbert of the Challenger Learning Center says this is a fun and educational event that the whole family can enjoy.
Anyone can participate and it's so neat that you can just even do this from your own house, your own backyard.
Clear weather permitting, Lotch says people are welcome to come watch the eclipse event from the Astronomy Center's observatory using its powerful telescope, which was built in 1901. The best part of this astronomy event, however, is that you don't need any specific equipment to see it.
I put a sleeping bag out and I crawl in and lean back and relax and enjoy the show.
For more information about the moon, go to moon.nasa.gov. To see a live stream of the eclipse, you can go to nasa.gov/live. I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
So cool.
Yeah, right?
Science is so cool.
It really is. I love the fact that, these events, not rare in themselves, but rare to be able to see them.
Right.
How lucky are we, though, to be able to get a great glimpse at this phenomenon and
Mother Nature's going to have to cooperate, though. I mean, it's Sunday night.
You're right.
And as we'll hear in the future, may not be the best conditions, but you never know. Maybe Mother Nature will come through.
Let's hope so.
Right.
Well, stick around for a full 5-day forecast right after this.
Temperatures were all over the place today. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and a couple 90s. Tomorrow, same story, followed by some big changes are on the way. Those details when I come back.
Q106.5 is Maine's #1 for new country. The biggest country stars with their biggest songs. And more fun with Scott Miller and Cindy Campbell on the Q106.5 Morning Show. Download the Q106.5 app and listen at work. Q106.5.
When Ansley Moore of Better Homes and Gardens wants to know the local forecast, she logs on to foxbangor.com. Ansley has been a realtor since 2013. She works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
You had me at Allison 10-speed transmission. Premium features available on GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on Sierra Heavy Duty models. GMC, we are professional grade.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The Penny Pincher.
Name something a man might have in common with his underpants. They cheat.
The Blunt Mama.
If you knew Steve Harvey was at your door, you'd answer it wearing what?
Nothing.
Nothing. You gonna do it like that, Miss Carol?
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
You know their names.
Titus Burgess, JoJo, Kelly Osbourne.
But it takes more than fame to win this game.
I'm tripping? You're tripping if you think that's the right answer.
Name That Tune Celebrity Edition, Tuesdays on Fox and anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
Q106.5 is Maine's #1 for new country. The biggest country stars with their biggest songs. And more fun with Scott Miller and Cindy Campbell on the Q106.5 Morning Show. Download the Q106.5 app and listen at work. Q106.5.
New season, new talent, new judges. So You Think You Can Dance is back and better than ever.
So You Think You Can Dance this Wednesday on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Ford, the nice car and truck people. And all right, temperature results are in from April. And April came back as the 5th warmest April on record globally. So that's land and ocean temperature. So on this map, red is above average, blue is below. Lots of red across the world, but North America was actually partially below average in April. Outside today, though, temperatures just did whatever they wanted to do, right? 89 in Millinocket, 75 here in Bangor, but coastal areas saw 50s and low 60s. Courtesy of an onshore wind today, even at 91 in Presque Isle today. All right, so allergies are all over the place currently, too. Tree pollen is going up quickly, moderate to high category now, and the grass pollen will not be far behind as we start mowing our lawns out there as summer gets going, right? So out there today, though, the wind is out of the south, around 10 to 15 miles per hour, giving us that onshore wind, cooler coastal areas. But tomorrow, we're going to crank it up just a little bit tomorrow with wind gusts up near 20 miles per hour through the afternoon. But there are no watches or advisories out there at all for wind or small craft advisories. Wave heights out in the coastal areas generally less than 5 to 6 feet. All right, so lots of clear skies today. Oh, that sunshine felt good, didn't it? It was warm north and west of the Bangor area, but still tomorrow we'll get some sunshine tomorrow, but generally an increase in cloud coverage on the way as we have several systems. Here's one system here. There's one system there. And another one over here. So they're all kind of coming together, moving our way. Once they get here tomorrow evening, we'll have a chance for a few showers and storms in the area, and that'll linger through Sunday into Monday morning, a very slow-moving system once again. So overall, tomorrow will be mostly dry into tomorrow night. Let's walk you through it tonight. No worries at all. Tomorrow morning, here we are about 10:30 or so. Again, no worries at all. Lots of sunshine tomorrow morning. By tomorrow evening, again, we're going to get some storms going tomorrow evening, most likely after sunset, though. Here's 10 o'clock or so with a couple of showers and storms around. And then they're going to linger into Sunday and probably into Sunday evening as well. In fact, the heaviest rainfall could come mid-afternoon on Sunday into Sunday evening as a front will go through the area at that time. Going forward, rainfall-wise, though, we're talking maybe a quarter to a half inch of rain. If you get under one of the storms, though, you could quickly get a half inch rain out of that one. So overall, I'll look for some gusty winds and maybe some small hail with storms tomorrow night, late tomorrow night. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down 55 to 60 or so, with a south wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, it's Saturday, partly cloudy skies, so 84 is my forecasted high temperature. A couple of you could do a bit bit more than that, with a south breeze around 5 to 10 through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast by Varney Ford shows tomorrow's the warm day, Sunday 73, a couple of thunder showers around. Same story into Monday morning, 73. Then we get a bit cooler, right? Tuesday 71, Wednesday we could hold high temperatures back in the 60s. Beth?
84.
Yeah.
Yowza.
Incredible.
Awesome.
Potential to break records, too, so
Yeah.
we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, sports coming up next with Apex. Stay with us.
The greatest hits from the best of times are right back where they started. Z62 is playing the hits again. Z62 Retro Radio. We played them first, and we're playing them again.
Z62.
When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if it tries, that's what our lineup of exceptionally capable, available all-wheel drive SUVs is for. After all, we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Get 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2022 Sorento.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home the Kubota VX Series for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, plus save up to $700.
It's another can't-miss weekend of USFL football on Fox. Saturday, QB Kyle Sloter leads the New Orleans Breakers one-handed catch against the New Jersey Generals. Touchdown. And Sunday, the Pittsburgh Maulers battle Clayton Thorson and the Houston Gamblers. All the way to the house. Real football for real fans. The USFL, Saturday and Sunday on Fox.
Everything hurts, everything's expensive. Let's not even talk about your hair. Enough! Here at Z62, we hit the rewind button. Z62 is playing the hits again. Z62 is back with the greatest hits from the best of times.
Oh, yeah! In the biggest moment, perfection is everything.
The PBA Playoffs Final, Sunday at 2 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Bruins did the job yesterday to force a Game 7. Tonight, it was the Celtics' turn. Could they bounce back after a deflating Game 5 loss versus the Bucks? So here we go. Backs against the wall in Game 6. We'll start in the third quarter. Marcus Smart here to Jaylen Brown. Kicks it out. Deep three is good. Sees up by 18. But what did we learn from Thursday? Nothing is a lock. Pat Connaughton from the corner here. He got it. 6-point lead now in the fourth. So little nervous maybe, but then lead up to 9. Giannis with authority and no rules to stop him. Throws down in front of Smart. He had 44, but this game was about Jason Tatum taking over in the fourth. Knocks down the three. Tatum with a game-high 46 points as he leads the Celtics to a 108-95 win. And we'll see you at Game 7 Sunday at 3:30 from the Garden. Should be a good one. Busy weekend. We got Bruins on Saturday, Game 7. Celtics on Sunday, Game 7. So tell everyone that wants to invite you over, you got plans. All right. Another team that had plans was Husson Softball. They're in the NCAA Regional Tournament, and they had a first-round matchup squaring off against the Amherst Mammoths here. We'll go to the highlight. Top of the first, Husson wasted no time getting on the board. Kenzie Dorr lines one into the right field corner. Katie Windsor comes around to score to make it a 1-0 Eagles lead. Bottom of the frame now. The Mammoth answered back. Rachel Lovejoy picks up the RBI line shot all the way to the fence here. Megan Takeda scores to tie the game at 1. But in the fifth inning, Husson broke it open. First, Megan Goslin singles to right field, and Windsor again comes around to score. And then the very next batter, it's Brianne McCabe who finds a hole up the middle on the ground. That rolls into center field. Whitney Bess crosses the plate to make it a 3-1 game. Eagles would go on to win this one by a final score of 6-1. So they'll look to keep it going tomorrow, first in their second-round matchup. Let's go for us now to some high school baseball. Great night at Mansfield. Undefeated Bangor looking to knock off Gabe Gifford and the Old Town Coyotes. We'll start in the top of the first. Gifford on first. Coyote pitcher Peyton Vose at the plate gets this one past the second baseman into right. Gifford turns on the Jets, and he scores from first. Vose ends up at second on the play, 2-0 Old Town. Bottom of the first, Braden Karen drops a base hit into right field with Colton Trish on third. That's an RBI. Karen at second. He'd later score to tie things up. Next inning, bases loaded, 1 out for Old Town, but Yates Emerson here with the inning-ending double play. Bangor able to hold strong. Then later in the game, Old Town with runners in scoring position. James Dumond gets this down the right field line, peppering right field all day. Coyotes force extras and then take it in 9 innings. 7-4 was the final. We had more baseball on Friday, too. Maine in action for Game 1 versus Albany up at Mahaney Diamond. Black Bears able to get the 4-2 win, improving to 20-5 in America East play on the season. Maine scored all 4 of its runs in the 5th inning. Quinn McDaniel had a 2-run home run. Jordan Shulafan finished the day 3 for 5. And on the mound, Trevor Labonte got the win with Matt Pouchard claiming his 9th save of the season. And we'll stay in Orono here. Maine hockey alum Ben Guite was just wrapping up year 1 as head coach with the Maine Mariners. And Tyler Cruz caught up with the leader of the Mariners after what was a pretty successful first season.
At the beginning, he didn't quite know what to expect.
You know, at first you're a little nervous. You know, you've never been the head guy, and you just kind of hope the guys are going to do what you say.
But it didn't take Maine hockey alum Ben Guite long to realize Portland was a pretty good fit.
We had a really good group. You know, guys were professional. They were hardworking. You know, I remember kind of a sigh of relief that first practice where you give your first order of the day and everybody gets up and they go about it, and it's like, all right, this might work out.
Guite isn't the only former Black Bear now wearing the blue and green, as he got to reunite with J.D. Greenway, Edwards Trailmax, and then later on, Brendan Robbins and Patrick Shea.
And you knew what they brought. They brought their competitiveness. They brought a certain ability, but also the type of people you want around your locker room. So
at first, it was a little touch and go.
It was trial by fire a little bit, you know, my first time as a head coach.
But in the end, Guite and the Mariners booked the team's first playoff appearance in history.
You have expectations at the beginning of the year, and playoffs is always part of the expectations, but get a chance to do it, then I think that the city of Portland really embraced those guys.
Guite said they made the playoffs by the skin of their teeth, and he's not wrong. They clinched their berth with an overtime win and a shootout win to end the regular season.
There's a lot of times where your back's against the wall, and that group always seemed to rise to the occasion.
So, after a good year 1, Guite doesn't really know what his future holds, but the former pro says he just has one goal: to be better next season than they were this year.
It's a good first year, but by no means do I feel like I'm a polished head coach. You know, ready. You know, hopefully in the near future, get the opportunity to get to higher levels. But for right now, is just build on what we've built this year.
Reporting from Bangor, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7 Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you, Tyler. So he gets the Mariners to the playoffs. That's a good step 1 for a head coach. Alrighty, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Shop Jordan's Furniture now, and it could all be free. Visit Jordans.com.
Back again, bigger and better.
Witness the thunder of the Monster Truck Nitro Tour. Presented by Pete's Landscape Supply, Beaumark Bangor, and Hollywood Casino Bangor. Monster Trucks Plus, the intergalactic duel of Galactron versus Reptar. Advanced discount tickets are available online at monstertrucktour.com or get them at the gate. Subject to service fees. Kids get a free tour toy while supplies last at the Saturday Matinee Show. The Monster Truck Nitro Tour. This Friday night and 2 shows Saturday. Cross Insurance Center in Bangor.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years. The University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds. Because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick parks itself. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
Kinda got a sixth sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep.
So you.
It is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Pay no interest on Buick SUV models.
Take your waterfront experience to the next level and enjoy life on the water to the fullest with a Shoremaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company.
LEGO Masters is back. I've got a few new bricks up my sleeve.
It's a block busting, brick blasting, epic new competition.
Hi. Hi. Dinosaurs are living among us.
LEGO Masters premieres May 31st on Fox.
Don't forget the lyrics.
Then there's something to better know.
You came up here with a hot cup of nothing.
Niecy Nash hosts May 23rd on Fox.
Welcome back, and finally tonight, a baby giraffe at the San Diego Zoo is running and jumping with the help of a custom leg brace. 3-year-old Misatuni was born with a limb abnormality, making it very difficult for her to walk and stand, greatly affecting her chances of survival. To help her, the San Diego Zoo reached out to a local company, Hanger Clinic, that makes orthotics and prosthetics for humans. Although the company had never worked with a giraffe before, they got straight to work fitting a custom brace for the creature, even making it giraffe pattern so she can blend right in with her family.
It's a sense of accomplishment. I think it's like the best thing I've ever done in 30 years. I've never worked with wildlife like this before. So it was one of those things where it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you just have to savor the moment.
The San Diego Zoo says the brace was a success and has since been removed. Misatuni is now with the rest of her herd in the savanna habitat. What a great success story there. We love to see that. She seems...
And how cool. I mean, that guy said it, you know, in all his career, he never anticipated making devices for giraffes, and he thinks it's the best thing he's ever done. That's huge.
That's incredible on all ends.
On all levels, yeah.
A fun fact, you know, the giraffes actually, their spots darken with age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff there.
But they're cute their whole lives.
Oh, until the end.
Can't help
it. We love them.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
The secret of every great chef is their knives and how well they sharpen them. Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Imagine no more. Introducing the incredible...
That I've been told, Miss Sumter. I know I'm gonna make it because you're making it.
None of these young African-American ladies deserve to die. They were young ladies who deserve to have a bright future. And so, you know, my hope and prayer is that even though as tragic as this was, something positive will come out of it.
At
one more point on this tonight. Henry Wallace is appealing his 9 death sentences.
And we should also note, David, that he declined to be interviewed by 2020. That is our program for tonight. I'm Amy Robach.
And I'm David Muir. From all of us here at 2020 and ABC News, good night.
Sunday, live, Speaker of the House Pelosi faces George and all the tough questions. The abortion fight, the war in Ukraine, inflation, COVID funding, and the midterms coming fast. Can Democrats hold the majority? Sunday on ABC's This Week with George.
As of today, in a big way, we have inaugurated abcnews.com.
A lot has changed in our world since Peter made that announcement. But what hasn't changed is the commitment to groundbreaking reporting and innovation at abcnews.com. And here's to everything ahead.
The race to the finale is heating up.
The top 5 travel to Vegas to be mentored by Carrie Underwood.
This is your moment.
And your vote decides the final 3. American Idol live Sunday on ABC.
This is ABC 7 News at 11.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us.